Hi and welcome to a Tinkercad tutorial for those of you who need to get caught up. Now, if you have access to a computer at home, I highly recommend trying to do Onshape. But if you only have the iPad, it might be easier to do Tinkercad. So I'll show you how to open up Tinkercad. I'll show you how to create the parts and then assemble them together in hopefully what is going to be a short video. So if you're not sure how to get to Tinkercad, come over to the pink resource folder, and then in that folder there's a folder called Tinkercad Intro to 3D Design. It's tempting to click on this link first, but you might not know your nickname yet. So instead you have to click on this assignment where way back when you submitted something and then your teacher made a comment on your submission with your nickname. So the first step is to click on this assignment, look for that comment, and then write down that nickname somewhere and put it next to your computer so you have it. And then once you have your nickname, then you can click on this link. If you're on a desktop like I am, it might look like this. You just click over here and it should bring you to Tinkercad. Now I already logged in. It'll give you a couple different options. Click on nickname, not email or anything like that, and it'll bring you to this page. It might look different from you actually, but if it brings you to something like this, you might have to click in this corner up here so that you can get this create new design. That's what you want. So that's what we'll do. We'll create a new design. Okay. Now, how do you know what to make? You have to open up 3.3a, the PowerPoint. It looks like this, and hopefully you filled it in, making sure that there's 5 different parts. We'll call them parts, 5 different colors, 5 different parts, and each part consists of 4 to 6 different cubes. 4, 5, or 6 different cubes for each part. Hopefully you have this already, otherwise you're not going to know what to do. So we're going to start by making this purple part down here because it's on the bottom. So you got a 3 by 3 and then a 1 over here, okay? Now you can't copy what I'm doing. You have to make your own cube. And I bet you that you don't have an identical cube to me, but I'll just show you how to do this, okay? So 3 by 3 by 1. I'll give you some tips. The first tip is to just drag this over here. And then you could see how it's like a perspective view. Who needs that? Nobody needs that. We want to click over here, switch to flat view. That way we can really see where we're lining everything up. That's what I like. All right. And then if you're on the iPad, you might have to rotate around with the view cube. I happen to have a mouse here, so that's really convenient. And this year I told my students that don't even worry about dimensioning it. Technically, this should be much smaller, 0.75 inch side length, but for the purposes of time and convenience, we'll just leave it like that. So you want to put a cube there. We're making our cube purple, so I'm going to go purple, okay? And my technique, there's a lot of different ways to do this, okay? My technique is going to be copying and pasting these cubes. All right, so I'm just lining it up with the grid. Again, having the flat view is convenient for that. If you wanted to, you could change this. Let's say we wanted to change it 10. Okay, 10. You got to change that. Then you click on this. You're clicking on these little things here. 10. Okay, that's nice. And then you click on this top one, 10, just so that it fits with our grid. All right. Again, technically you want it to be 0.75. Okay, so now we're dealing with like a cube. You click on the cube, and hopefully you have your keyboard with your iPad. You just give it a Control-C, Control-V. And then to undo that, you do Control-Z. Or you can click on this, and then this is like copy. You could press that if you want, and then paste. But who wants to do that? Nobody. You just use the keyboard. It's easier. So select the thing, Control-C. Copies it, Control-V, paste it, and then use this hand with the arrow keys, just slide it over. And now Control-V again. We're off to the races right now. I'm like zooming through this. Look how quick this is going to be once you get the hang of it. I'm using the arrow keys, and I'm using Control-V to paste in the thing. Now, to make a layer above, because we want, remember, now I'm going to make this cube right here. See how it's like above that? Oh, okay. So I'll show you how to do that. We're going to slide this over here. And then using this cone, the black thing that looks like a cone, not the dots down here, but this cone, you're just going to have to click and drag. And if you're on your iPad, you're going to have to do this with your finger, which is kind of annoying. But that's that. Okay, so now we have that part. We're not done yet with this part, though, because all these things are separate. We need to like glue them together like we were making the actual puzzle cube. So the way to do that is to highlight everything. If you don't have a mouse and you can do that, then you're going to have to select, and then you hold down the Shift button. So I'm holding down Shift right now. Select, select, as I hold down Shift. So you have to hold the Shift key down. And then you can either click here for group, or I like the keyboard shortcuts. You just do Control G, and now it's one piece, and it moves together as one piece. Okay, beautiful. Now, my little tip here, because now if we did resize them, you're going to drag in another cube and have to resize it every single time. I don't think so. All right, so what you're going to do is I'm going to undo my grouping, and I'm going to click on this. I'm going to do a little Control V and set myself up with another cube that's the correct dimensions so I can make the next part, which is going to be orange. Okay? Then, so make sure you give yourself another cube that is the appropriate size before grouping it, because now I can't copy and paste that one cube. All right, so that's the gist of it. You're using the arrow keys, and you're making sure everything is nicely aligned. And then it shouldn't take too long after this. So I'm going to show you how quick. Look how impressive this is. Wow, Mr. Nangle, you're so great. Look, oh my gosh. Tinkercad, not as good as Onshape, I don't think. All right, this video is not sponsored by Onshape, I promise you. But I have to say, I do like Tinkercad a lot more. Oh no, I do like Onshape a lot more. I misspoke. Why do I like Onshape a lot more? It's just you could do more with it. You could do drawing files. You could actually make a good assembly file. So I just made that orange piece. Oh no, I got to do this. Who cares, Mr. Nangle? We're ready to do our work now. Okay, so go do your work. Why are you watching this still? I'm just like messing around, making another part. See how quick it is? Once you get the hang of it, there's no reason that you shouldn't be able to do this. When taking pictures of your pieces, all right, I recommend spacing them out. Space them out space them out a ridiculous amount. Make it as far apart as you can, so that you can zoom in on the piece over here and take a nice screenshot. I like to use an app called the snipping tool, and I just take a snip of that, and then you can put it in your PowerPoint slide, okay? So that I don't want anything in the background. Now, technically, I would like isometric views of everything, but we can't see that feature down here. So try to do isometric views for everything if you can. But if it looks weird, if it's like missing information, like this is information down here, I want to know what's going on over there. All right, so you can move the view a little bit so that it's nice. But try to be consistent. It'll make your PowerPoint look nice instead of all different angles. Try to have a consistent angle. All right, so then once you have all your parts done, take a picture of each part and then take a picture of your cube fully assembled and then disassembled slightly like this. Have all the parts be like spread out so you can kind of see how it all goes together. All right, thank you for watching. Have a great day.